I mean, I've been in your position, but I can even imagine right now what you are feeling. Try and describe it for us.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. I can't believe.
Alex Eala was down 0-4 in the third set, staring straight at elimination in Abu Dhabi. Match point. Season hanging by a thread. Most 20-year-olds would have cracked right there. Most players would already be thinking about the flight home. But Alex Eala isn't most players. What happened next was so gutsy, so unhinged, so flat-out legendary. It might end up being the defining moment of her career. Let me take you through this 3-hour war that had Filipino fans completely losing their minds. Let's set the scene. Across the net was Alexandra Sasnovich, the 31-year-old veteran from Belarus who had just shocked the tennis world by knocking out 8th seed Paula Badosa, a former world number 2. Sasnovich didn't just beat her, she dismantled her. Confidence high. Nothing to lose. Dangerous as hell. On paper, this matchup screamed trouble for Alex. Sasnovich had the experience, the momentum, the giant killer aura. Alex was ranked number 45, still rising, still learning, and now facing a player who looked like she was on a mission. This was supposed to be the end of Alex's Abu Dhabi run. One of those brutal draws where you shrug and say, "That's tennis." Except Alex didn't get that memo. The match starts, and it's rough. Sasnovich comes out swinging, blasting winners, dragging Alex corner to corner, never letting her settle. Alex looks tight. The errors pile up. The rhythm just isn't there. First set. 6-2 Sasnovich. Not close. Not fluky. And when a seasoned vet with momentum takes the first set that cleanly, they usually smell blood. But this is where champions start separating themselves. Alex doesn't panic. She doesn't sulk. She adjusts. Second set, she comes out a different player. The footwork sharpens. The forehand starts biting. She stops playing not to lose and starts playing to win. She pushes back, absorbs the pressure, and flips the script. 6-4 Eala. One set all. Now the stadium is buzzing. Filipino fans are on their feet. You can feel it, the momentum has shifted. This is no longer a formality. This is a fight. And then, the third set happens. Sasnovich refuses to blink. She jumps out 1-0. Then 2-0. Then 3-0. Then 4-0. Alex is broken in every service game. The scoreboard is brutal. Sasnovich is serving at 4-0, one hold away from 5-0 and essentially putting the match out of reach. This is the moment most players fade. This is where legs feel heavier, where doubt creeps in, where belief dies quietly. Alex Eala. She digs in. He saves match point. Then another. Then another. Point by point she refuses to go away. She breaks back. Holds. Breaks again. Suddenly it's 4-2. Then 4-3. The crowd is losing its mind. Every point feels like a final. Sasnovich tightens. Alex loosens up. The pressure flips. And now it's the veteran feeling it. Alex completes the impossible comeback, dragging the match into a deciding tiebreak after being inches from elimination. And in that breaker, she's fearless. No hesitation. No passive shots. Just clean aggression and belief. After 3 hours of grinding, suffering, adjusting and fighting, Alex Eala pulls off one of the most insane comebacks of the season. From 0-4 down, facing match point, to victory. That's not just a win. That's a statement. That's mental toughness you can't teach. That's belief under pressure. That's the kind of match players look back on years later and say, that's when everything changed. And if you weren't already paying attention to Alex Eala, after this you should be. Because players who survive moments like that don't just disappear. They level up. And Abu Dhabi might be the place where it all started. The match is slipping away. The quarter-final dream is dying right there on Stadium Court. But somehow, someway, Alex Eala breaks back. It's 1-4. And yeah, on paper that doesn't mean much. You're still down 3 games in the deciding set against an opponent who's controlled most of the match. Most players at that point shift into survival mode. They start thinking, At least I didn't lose 6-0. At least I fought. They're playing to avoid embarrassment. They're not playing to win. Not Alex Eala. This girl looked at a 1-4 deficit and said, "Nah, we're coming back." And then, everything changed. Sasnovich gets match point. 1 point away. One mistake from going home. 3 hours of work about to vanish. The stadium goes quiet. Filipino fans are holding their breath. Some are probably praying. Sasnovich is ready to close. And Alex, she steps up and saves it. I don't even care how she did it. Gutsy serve. A fearless return. A laser down the line. It doesn't matter. What matters is this. She saved match point when it mattered most. That's killer instinct. That's ice in the veins. From that moment on, the match flips. Alex doesn't slow down. She doesn't exhale. She keeps fighting. Keeps grinding. Keeps believing when logic says she should already be done. The score starts creeping closer. 2-4. Then 3-4. Then 4-4. Let that sink in. She just erased a 0-4 deficit in the third set of a nearly 3-hour war, after facing match point, against a veteran who had beaten a former world number 2 the round before. Dead and buried. Not even close. The stadium is electric now. Filipino fans are losing their minds. Alex is feeding off the energy. And you can almost see it on Sasnovich's face. How is this happening? They trade games. 5-5. 6-6. No one can break. No one is backing down. This match is going to a tiebreak. And at this point, whoever wins it deserves it because both players have emptied the tank. The tiebreak is pure tension. Every point feels like life or death. Final score in the breaker. 7-5 Alex Eala. Match score, 2-6, 6-4, 7-6. Nearly 3 hours of absolute warfare. Alex Eala, down a set, down 0-4 in the third, staring at match point, just completed one of the most ridiculous comebacks you'll see all season. That's not just a win. That's a statement. That's mental toughness. That's a future star announcing herself to the tour. And if anyone still doubts whether Alex Eala belongs at this level, after this, the answer is clear. This is one of the most insane comebacks you'll ever see. And with it, Alex Eala punches her ticket to the quarterfinals. After the match, Alex talked about her ability to find the fight in the biggest moments. And honestly, there couldn't be a more perfect way to describe what just happened, because that's exactly what she did. When most players would have checked out mentally, she found the fight. When the scoreboard said she was supposed to lose, she found the fight. When her body had to be screaming after nearly 3 hours on court, she found the fight. And she made sure to shout out the Filipino crowd, because let's be real, they were her sixth sense out there. Every time she needed energy, they gave it to her. Every big point, they lifted her up. That kind of support isn't just nice to have. At this level, under that much pressure, it's essential. Look, climbing rankings is great. Alex pushing closer to the top 40. That's huge. But this win. This is the kind of win that changes a career. 'Cause now Alex knows. Really knows. She knows she can come back from anything. She knows she can save match points. She knows she can win matches she's supposed to lose. She knows she can dig deeper than she ever thought possible and still find a way. That confidence. You can't buy it. You can't train it. You only earn it by doing it. Under the lights with everything on the line. The next time Alex is down a set, down a break, staring at adversity, she's going to remember Abu Dhabi. She's going to remember coming back from 0-4 down. And she's going to believe she can do it again. That's what makes this career defining. Now she moves on to the quarterfinals, where she'll face Ekaterina Alexandrova, the world number 2 seed. The same player Zeynep Sonmez took down at the Australian Open. And if you think Alex is intimidated, you haven't been paying attention. This is a player who just survived a giant killer in the most dramatic way imaginable. Player who saves match points. A player who wins deciding set tiebreaks after being down 0-4. A player with ice in her veins. And an entire nation behind her. Alexandrova is the favorite. Higher ranking, more experience. But Alex has momentum, belief, and that dangerous fearlessness that comes from knowing you can win from impossible positions. I'm not saying Alex is going to win, but I'm also not betting against her. Not after what we just witnessed. And let's zoom out for a second because this is bigger than one match. Alex Eala isn't just winning tennis matches. She's inspiring a generation. Kids in Manila, in Cebu, in Davao. They're watching her fight on the world stage and thinking, maybe I can do that too. She's proving you don't need to come from a traditional tennis powerhouse. You don't need perfect facilities or unlimited resources. What you need is heart, work ethic, and the refusal to quit when things get hard. And Alex, she has all three in spades. Every time she steps on court, she represents millions. And instead of shrinking under that weight, she uses it as fuel. That Filipino crowd in Abu Dhabi wasn't pressure. It was power. That's special. That's rare. That's what makes Alex Eala more than just a tennis player. Here's what this comeback told me. Alex Eala is built for big moments. Statistically, when you're down 0-4 in a deciding set against a dangerous opponent, you're supposed to lose. The odds say you're done. The math says it's over. But tennis isn't played on a calculator. It's played with heart, with guts, with the will to keep fighting when every logical part of your brain is screaming, it's over. Alex Eala has that will. And now the whole tennis world knows it. 2-6, 6-4, 7-6. Down 0-4. Saved match point. Nearly 3 hours of war. One of the greatest comebacks of the 2026 season so far. And you know what? I don't think she's done yet. Not even close. WTA, watch out. Alex Eala just announced she's not going anywhere. And if you thought she was dangerous before, wait until you see what she does now that she knows she can win from anywhere. The comeback queen of Abu Dhabi. I love it.